What's up guys, and welcome back once again to another new video. Now today we're going to jump into a topic that everybody seems to ask me about. Anybody who's new into the scene really doesn't know a whole lot about, and yet they're going to jump on the bandwagon as soon as they quickly can for it. Yes, of course, I'm talking about supplements. And why are we talking about supplements? Because of course supplements are the one thing that everybody thinks is going to make them really big, really quick. And of course, it's absolutely not the truth at all. But that being said, when used properly, supplements can add a fairly substantial amount to your current routine. The big thing to keep in mind with supplements is that, well, like the name says, they're there to supplement things you're not going to get from your diet. So, if you have a perfect diet, you likely don't need supplements at all. That's why I say your best thing to do is to look into your diet and start correcting that before you want to jump to anything else. Now with that being said, I do take supplements, and of course I'm going to recommend a few to you guys that just seem to be there and often aren't going to really be found in your diet as much or in the abundance that you need. Now there's tons and tons and tons of supplements out there. For myself, I really only take two. We're going to start things off, of course, with protein. Protein being the one supplement that everybody knows about, that everybody's tried taking, but unless it is properly used, is really not going to do anything for you. It's one of the ones that's found most commonly in your diet, but even though it's common, when you're like me and you require a ton of protein a day, you're not always going to get that from the meals just because, well, let's face it, I don't want to eat an extra 4 chicken breasts in a day because I can get that extra little bit from a protein supplement. Personally, I take about 2 scoops of protein a day, which adds up to right around 50 grams of protein just to put me up to my amount that I want to get in each and every day. But if you're a smaller person who doesn't need quite as much protein, which I generally go by the rule of 1 gram of protein for 1 pound of body mass, and that's where I usually sit at almost all year round, even when I'm cutting or bulking. If you're somebody who doesn't need that much protein, you can often get the amount just from your diet alone and really don't need to supplement it. The only reason to use it as a supplement is if you're not getting the full amount by the end of your day, which is exactly the reason why I use it. Supplement number 2. Now, this is the one that always generates a ton of controversy for absolutely no reason, but of course, I'm talking about creatine. Yes, creatine, the one that everybody decides to say is like taking steroids or fills your body with water, which it really doesn't. What creatine does is helps the production of ATP, which essentially is energy for your muscles. So yes, what creatine does is adds more energy, allowing you to do more lifts, more reps, that sort of idea. It's not filling your muscles with water. It's not doing anything like a steroid would, where it's basically making your muscles recover incredibly fast. All it's doing is giving your body more energy. Now, to put it into a bit of a bro science terms, more lifts, more gains. And really that's as simple as it comes down to. Creatine is a very, very safe supplement. It has been tested tons and tons and tons, and it's something I recommend almost everybody because of the fact that you generally aren't going to get a full amount of creatine from your diet. Creatine, once again, usually comes from your meats. So to get the full amount, which most people will never do in a day, I recommend taking a supplement for it. The other side of creatine that's amazing is the fact that it's one of the cheapest supplements out there. So of course, why not use your money efficiently, get a supplement that's going to help, as opposed to spending it on things that are going to do nothing for you. Because let's face it, there's lots of trendy supplements out there that really don't do a whole lot except for drain your wallet. So these are the 2 that I'm going to recommend the absolute most. The one other one that I do use on occasion is a pre-workout supplement. Basically just to give me a bit of extra energy on those days when you really don't want to get up off the couch and go to the gym, or when you're just not feeling great. As far as I'm concerned, that's really the only time to ever need a pre-workout supplement. Yes, it does give you a bit more energy, but I find I get just enough out of my normal routine anyways without having to take that supplement. Protein and creatine are the only ones that I take on a complete regular basis, and that's what I usually recommend to anybody that asks. But also keep in mind, once again, if you don't have a proper diet going along with these, it's really useless to take them. They don't just work magically. You have to have a proper routine, a proper diet with them to make them even be somewhat effective for you. So when it comes to supplements, basically my biggest advice is to 1, start with a proper workout routine, 2, work on getting a proper diet, and then 3, look at some supplements, because until you know what you're not getting, there's no reason to take supplements, because you're going to find out very, very quickly that forking out cash into supplements is not going to make you get any bigger or look any better until you have those other 2 figured out. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys for today. Be sure to like and subscribe below. Peace, guys.